So, hey guys, Chauzu here. Today I'm going to do the impossible again. I'll beat Buggy without using Sabo and Ace on the team. I'm doing this thanks to getting Super Tandem level 5 Law. This is a bit of a spoiler since I did the pulls today and I'm uploading the pulls tomorrow, but I do have him max now. I also had to use some legend posters due to how tight this team is. So that's a bit of a heads up. This team is very hard to copy, but I'd see this as a proof of concept. This might be easier in the future. So Sabo Ace is still friend captain, and we're doing a new strat with them. We're going to take advantage of the fact that in solo form, Ace is able to resist the spear by 10 turns. And it's also very important that in duo form they do heal HP when you hit perfects, because HP management is a huge part of this run. But yeah, you might see one unit you've never seen before here, which is the April Fool's Nami, aka Sanji, I guess, with the body swap. And yeah, the main thing this Nami does is the captain swap, because the captain gets slot binded. Law doesn't have slot bind, and if he gets slot binded, he can't get the extra damage from his final tap reducing defense. So we use Nami to swap with Law, and Law will bypass that mechanic. But it does mean we have one less special to use for the rest of the round, which is why the damage is so tight. A support for final stage to get some color affinity. We have the Peckham support on Luffy to get a 75% damage reduction on stage 1. And then second stage we of course have the Robin support to get an 80% damage reduction. Robin also has the Carousel support to remove 1 turn of bind. And this is actually the only thing we need to remove, because Sabo and Ace handles the rest, basically. I also have this Stampede Brook support on Nami just to add some damage reduction. Optimally, you'll probably run this on Law too. But yeah, there's no really good unit with strength damage reduction and attack boost right now. But yeah, my hope is that in the future this team can be better. We need basically a better Luffy to be released. Like, there's a lot of good Luffys right now, it's just that all of them do damage, which you can't allow. So if you get like a 2x attack Luffy with slot bind and not doing damage, it would be a lot more reasonable team. But yeah, I had to do a lot of investment for this team. I spent 2 legend keys, as I said before, 2 wanted posters as well on Law. And I spent a lot of recruit wanted posters on the Nami, just to get the HP I need. But yeah, I really wanted to be the first to beat this with Sabo and Ace friend captain, even if sadly this isn't really a super easy to copy team right now, but I have hopes in the future that it will be more accessible. We're actually going to swap Sabo and Ace now. Usually you swap them on stage 4, and then on stage 5 you do the super swap. But we're actually going to swap now, and we use Nami special as said. This is to do the captain swap. This protects Law from getting slot binded, which is basically the whole issue with this team. Like, if Law has slot bind, this will be so much easier. Like, most of the problems with this content and not having Sabo Ace is the fact that Law doesn't have slot bind. That's such a big issue. It also sucks that the Luffy and Nami don't have slot bind, because that's 2 less units to do damage with. That's why I really like a new Luffy that did have slot bind and not do damage, while also having a special that adds damage, like an attack boost or such. But yeah, we're at final stage, and yeah, as you see there, the good thing with having Ace here is that we can completely ignore all of the despair, and that's super important because there's so much despair you get, and it just won't be possible otherwise. Instead, we get the color affinity from the Ace support, and we're still going to be fine with damage because Law is going to be adding so much damage with his special. Like, first he does the 2.75 times attack boost, then he does the increased chain growth buff, so you get higher chain. And he also does the death time conditional, and he does the tandem attack boost, so there's a ton of extra damage, which is why we get away with not having the best color affinity buff. So yeah, we're always going to hit in the same order of Nami, Luffy, into Law to activate the Super Tandem. And this only works at level 5. But obviously, since this team is so tight, like, you just need to have Law at level 5. That's just how it is. And yeah, stage 2 is going to be pretty vanilla. You've seen it before. I not talked about Boa and Robin, because they do the same thing they always do. You use Boa this stage. 2 turns of base stat boost, 2 turns of chain lock. Then you use Robin, color affinity, damage reduction. And I want you to keep a look at the HP now. We're just below half, and this means we can make use of all the pin shielding the team has. Because in the end, we're going to barely survive stage 3. So we like getting the HP to work out was a big part, like both doing enough damage and getting enough HP to live. And the fun thing is that when I was able to do enough damage, I also had just the HP needed to live as well, so it went hand in hand basically. And yeah, we're going to target Buggy now and use Luffy. It really sucks using Luffy here because of the random orb manip. But yeah, basically you have to keep resetting until you get tandem orbs. And who knows how long that will take. But just use the special, see what orbs Buggy give you. Then you reset if needed until Law gets a tandem orb. I'm not talking about this yet, but one of the great things for level 5 Law is that he makes all type slots matching. So you're basically guaranteed to have full board of matching orbs at all times, which is pretty dope. Because when the super tandem is activated, Law's own orb is also counted as matching when you attack. And tandem is matching anyway, so whatever. But yeah, as you see, I'm not getting the best luck here. It took me quite a few times to get the tandem orb on Law. This is just how it can be. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Like 8-9 resets, and there should be a 25% chance to get the tandem orb. And there we go. And yeah, this is the stage that requires so much investment, mostly because Luffy's special is only a 1.75 times color affinity as opposed to Robin's 2 times color affinity. And that extra damage really mattered, and we just barely get the kill. Like every stat mattered basically. And as you see, we barely survive as well. That's insane. And now we can reset for resilience. I'm sure you're aware of the resilience strat now. Like if you have resilience sockets, you can just keep resetting the game and eventually they will proc and you will survive. It's a bit random. I'm not sure we know exactly how likely it is to get the resilience proc. If it's 10% or 50%, it's definitely not 20, I'd say. But yeah, somewhere around 10, I'd guess. And yeah, it did take quite some time here as well. I wasn't the most lucky here, but I was just happy to get this over with. Like, sure, I had to use a lot of investments now, but it was totally worth it because this has been one of the like holy grails of Grand Voyage so far. The only big one left is basically like local sea monster in general and one then carrot against Morgan. We've at least ticked off Sabo Ace. Now we just need to wait for new units to make it even more accessible for more people. But yeah, we finally get the resilience proc and we can just finish off Buggy to beat him without owning Sabo and Ace. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. See you next time.